How do our effects-based caramel formulas work? I think the first thing that's really important to recognize is that these aren't kind of the cure-all guaranteed effects that will occur. You know, we have an active caramel that is designed to be more uplifting effects, and the relaxed caramel that's more relaxing and sedative, maybe for watching movies or at night. But what's really important to recognize is that our active caramel, for example, if you've had a long day, it's late at night, 9 or 10 o'clock, and you're exhausted, consuming the active caramel is not going to all of a sudden make you want to jump out of bed and go. What the caramel formulas are designed to do is kind of help steer the direction of the high. So if you're going out during the day, for a hike, for example, that active caramel will help enhance, a little bit more uplifting effects versus if you're staying at home and watching a movie at night, the relaxed caramel will be a little more calming and relaxing and kind of help steer the high that way. So it's really important to note that these predicted effects that we put on the label aren't 100% guarantee that that is the effect you will experience. It has a lot to do with your current state, how much water you've drank, sleep that you've had, nutrition, exercise. All those things are extremely important. So how do we kind of claim the effects that we put on our caramel label? We do two different things I think are really important and help distinguish different edibles in the way they're infused. So the first thing we do is we infuse all of our caramels with canna-butter. And the butter is a great medium to use because it's fat-based, and all of the desired compounds that are in cannabis are soluble in fat. So the butter gets the full spectrum of that strain, absorbs it, and we use that butter to make our caramels. So when we make our canna-butter, we use a single strain. All of our caramels are strain specific. That goes into the canna-butter, and then we use that to infuse our caramel. So that means the caramel gets that full spectrum, that full profile of that strain into the caramel. The second thing we do is we take that even one step further, and we actually add 2 additional botanical terpenes to the caramel to kind of even further enhance those predicted effects. So we get the full spectrum from the specific strain, and then we figure out which terpenes are dominant in that strain and which effects do we want this caramel to have, and we add those 2 additional terpenes back into the caramel to boost those levels even further and kind of ensure that these predicted effects are going to be the experience that most people have when trying this edible. And it's really those 2 profiles, your cannabinoids and your terpenes, that are in the product or in the edible that really dictate that experience that you're going to have when consuming an edible. So we've designed our edible line to have predicted effects kind of on the full end of the spectrum. So we have our active one that's really designed for the daytime with limonene and pinene in it. Most people will feel a little more uplifting from that terpene profile. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have our relaxed caramel, where we put myrcene and linalool profile, terpene profile into that caramel. And for most people, that is a very relaxing, more sedative effects. And then we also do our balanced caramel. So we kind of call that one our anytime caramel. It's really good for multiple things. It doesn't really necessarily have guaranteed uplifting, or it's gonna really make you wanna melt on the couch and relax. It's kind of that in between when you're not looking for one over the other and just a little bit of relief from the day, whatever it is you're looking for. And then we have our CBD version, which, some people may like CBD for therapeutic effects, anti-inflammatory effects. It can really help balance out THC too. I know creative people that use it. CBD can really be used for a lot of different reasons, and we have that in our balance formula as well. So what's really important is to find out what works best for you, mostly through trial and error and experimenting with different types of cannabis and different strains and these different profiles to find out what really works if you're looking for something that's uplifting or if you're looking for something that's more relaxing. So although most people may feel that uplifting experience from our active caramel, it could be different from you. And that's why on every label we put what terpenes are in there, which ones are dominant. So when you find one that does work and you really like it, you can be guaranteed and sure that it'll work the next time, the next time, and the next time as well. If you're interested in learning more about terpenes, singular terpenes or specific effects and how they might influence your cannabis experience, go to our footer on the website. We have a terpene education page, and you can learn more about terpenes and how they'll affect your experience.